Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good evening. Sean Higgs coming at you here. Look at headlines for Monday, March the 2nd. Welcome on into the show. Hit the like button, subscribe to YouTube channels. Notification bells on. Sean Higgs. Maybe you're on Picks and Parlays watching. Maybe you're on Winners and Winers. Trying to roll them back to Winners and Winers family. Been doing live now. Well, doing this for 5 years. Maybe you're newer to Picks and Parlays, Winners and Winers. You haven't seen the show. I don't know where that could be. It was on here for years and years. It was off for a bit. I'll be back here for March Madness. You know we love our conference tournaments. You know that. You know I love that college basketball. So we'll be rolling out the late show every day through March. So there's that. You'll be getting this at night. Used to be midnight. Well, there's a lot of midnight shows now. A lot of people do the late night shows. So I'll bump into 11:30. Put that notification bell on, and we're going to run through a bunch of picks for you and have a day. It'll be daytime tomorrow after these games go. iHeartRadio podcast after the fact. I'm Mr. Sean Higgs on the X. Plays are posted, and we'll be on our way. We will be on our way. Homegrown plants in the house. Dylan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 locks. 8. We're getting to the point of the locks are just regular plays for you. Idaho State. This is like the whole board. There's what? There's 20 games. You got half of them as locks. Idaho State, Houston Christian, South Carolina State, Coppin State, North Carolina Central, Arizona, Morgan, and Duke. Here we go. Love Dylan. Jake's in the house. Illinois State Moneyline got there. Sweat out overtime winner in TGL. So there you go. I split. Rice was my top play, and I ran a total out there that lost. Last 2 weeks, it's 500. I'll be all right. Homegrown is new to the whole scene. Rock with some free play saying who is hot and who isn't. Appreciate it. Listen, the free picks are great. And if you see my free pick videos, I tell you, I want them to win. Sometimes you'll get my premium as a free pick some nights. Sometimes the free picks are close to being plays. I say that. A lot of times I'll tell you when I've bet them myself. Truth Bettor's looking for hockey. Tune into Terry's show tomorrow. Picks on deck. Hockey for me. Am I good in hockey? Yeah, having a winning season. I am 8-6 in hockey. Plus $90. There you go. Those are my hockey picks since the start of the season. Not a lot of hockey. College basketball, 310 wins. We got that under control. Morgan State tomorrow. I do like Morgan State tomorrow. Morgan State. Dan's Rants in the house. End up having one Sunday bet Indiana. NC State has to be on a bet on. Do they not? Duke's rolling. Roll's going to be on Duke. Everybody's going to be on Duke. 10 on the road, 9.5. Let's pull up the live odds, and I'm going to hit a couple more comments here. We got a lot of – again, I put on Picks and Parlays. I got a lot of people coming in and chatting, so I want to get to all those folks as well. Yeah, Duke 9.5 tomorrow. Yeah, they are what they are. I mean, I thought NC State would be good this year. I like the coach. Took them a little while to get the kind of ball rolling over there, but I could definitely be twisted into liking NC State. Am I going to bet it? No. JG, NC State plus 9.5. Well, Dan was just said it right in front of you. Will I like the dog in that spot? Yes. Big game on deck with North Carolina. But yeah, tough. I thought they'd sleepwalk through 20-point spread at Notre Dame, and they rolled. I mean, I'm always going to be leaning towards the dog. Right? I say this all the time. Well, you might not know, JG, but you take a dog, you can cover, you can win outright. Well, you lose 2 out of 3. And you're home. It's just tough. Again, I'm do I like NC State? Yes. Am I betting it? No. Charleston, Greensboro was a good game. I don't even know who won. Who ended up getting that one? Who ended up winning? Why am I asking? I can just scroll up here on the screen. 79 again. So would I say that today, Jake, about that game? That line was 3. I thought it would be 5. It ended up moving up there, but at 3, you're thinking, do you take the 2? And I said it. If I go with the dog and it doesn't come out, it doesn't win, then the other 4 times I did, I took donuts in. Now I'm 0-5 because I missed the other 4 winners. I couldn't do Charleston. It was the right side. We should have been on it. Evans coming in with the Pioneers of New Orleans tomorrow. What do we got in that game here? Southeast Louisiana. I like, you know what? We're gonna stop here. I'm gonna pull up the show picks here. What we got going on today for Monday. All right, newbies. You're new to the crew. Picks and parlays, folks. I haven't been on there in a while doing my midday money or look at line show. So Southeast Louisiana comes right into the ugly program. Again, these are games, the uglies, the ins, and the closes, the close call games. I've tracked them since January the 8th. These are all dog situations. Road dogs, not home dogs. These are all roadies. 64 wins to 63. I call them the uglies, minus 910, because these are the conference. It's the MAAC. It's the Patriot. It's the SWAC, the bottom tier conferences. You see the record. They fit the bill, but I can't drop them into that in category. You see the in category. Coppin State plus 19.5, Southeast Louisiana, fitting the bill. My favorite out of this one would be Southeast Louisiana. So there's that. East Texas also fits the play mold here at plus 7.5. You know what? I don't know about Southeast Louisiana. Maybe East Texas is right up there. Let's go East Texas, Southeast of Coppin, if we're betting them 1, 2, 3. Overall, since November, again, this is for all the newbies tuning in. 153 and 147 minus $115. That is since November 1st with all the games. Then we kind of paused it a little bit in January and we start separating. There have been other games that go into the category when we're taking our top 25 teams or other teams that don't fit this category since January 8th. All these games here, the in category, 129.91 plus 25.15. Close category, 75.71 minus 370. Along with the uglies. These are since January the 8th. They are separate from regular show picks. All these games are being posted now. I've talked about them since January 8th. People who have been in here longer, you could say, hey, we've talked about these. I do not bet every single one of these. There's what? 120, 240, 330, 430. We got 470-something games since January the 8th that fit the bill. I've not bet 450 games or whatever the hell they are. That is not what I'm saying here. The uglies, the close, and the ends fit a little parameter. I've been tracking it. Sometimes we bet them. Sometimes we don't. I put them all out here for you. I've done the legwork. You could dig a little more if you want to bet on. But I've got to throw that out there. People just think you put out games, you bet them all. I'm not saying that I bet them all. I'm not saying for you to bet them all. These are just, if you like dogs, nice little thing you can look at for the next 2 weeks. Conference tournament stuff. Sun Belt. Appalachian at 5-1. Coastal's at 14-1. And in this, we've all seen the Sun Belt bracket. It's absolutely insane. 7 days, 7 games, bye weeks for everybody. Troy and Marshall at the top don't play until the semis. Appalachian and I think South Alabama are the next ones up with bye weeks. It's a ridiculous schedule. I'll take a flyer on Appalachian and Coastal. There, I mean, you have Troy is top dogs. I do have a video up on this. You can see the preview, little conference preview videos I've done. They'll be up on the site here. They're on Sean Higgs. We have Picks and Parlays, Horizon, Patriot, Sunbelt, ASUN for now. We'll be adding more tomorrow. So I'm not really going to jump into all of these. Maybe Horizon. We do have a Horizon game tomorrow to start that tournament. Robert Morris at plus 320 for me there. And again, this one just comes down to the Robert Morris. You look at this Horizon League and the first round of the Horizon, it is just every team playing, they beat everybody. Robert Morris beat Youngstown twice this year. Detroit beat Milwaukee twice this year. Oakland beat Northern Kentucky twice this year. Green Bay beat Fort Wayne twice this year. I mean, all these guys can move on. Now, I got the Fort Wayne up there simply because Fort Wayne, they have beaten Robert Morris twice. If they face Detroit, they beat Detroit twice in the next round. Maybe there's some craziness and the 6 seed moves on. At plus 45, we'll grab it. Morris, though, I think is at plus 320, I'm going to grab it. Again, shop your numbers. They're different everywhere. I don't know what books you're using. These are what they are. Patriot. Listen, if you can find Navy anything under $2, minus anything less than minus 200, Navy should win this. I think Navy should be a $2 favorite. I mentioned it in the comments. A couple people on the YouTube. Navy destroyed everybody. They're the best team. American beat them once. You know what? You're going to be 10-1. I beat you one time. Maybe you get lucky. Again, I don't like giving out a minus as a favorite here. Navy should roll this. Absolutely. I go Navy up to like 150, and then I got to kind of back away. I don't like doing favorites there. But I just did American as I didn't want to just do Navy because it's a favorite there. ASUN, I went with some Lipscomb here. This tournament here, where's my ASUN here? In Jacksonville, right? Is that where we're playing here? 5-star center. You start off with some games in the small arenas. Now, North Florida doesn't play at home. They'll play in Jacksonville's court. Jacksonville will play in North Florida. P and Central Arkansas are both 15-3, kind of rolled this year. Queens and Lipscomb are the next best of the group. I think there's actually a little more value going with some games ahead of time here. I like Bellarmine against Jacksonville. I like Northern Alabama. Florida Gulf Coast, 2-10 ATS last 10 in conference play here. 1-5 on the road, and they'll be favored over Northern Alabama. Definitely look to that one. But again, I'm going to grab a little Lipscomb here, plus 380. You see that Austin, PA is the favorite in conference play here at 2-1. Top seed is 250 for Central Arkansas. And I think that's because they have Lipsy. They face a better team. Lipscomb can knock them out. And if that's the case, that's why you get the $2 on the number 2 seed there. But I think for 380, it's worth a shot to take some Lipscomb. Those are my thoughts. Again, we'll talk about this more as we progress towards these games. And as soon as these lines come up, I will be putting up my conference tournament picks here for you. Where were we in the chat? We had Southeast Louisiana. Did I go from here? Was it here? North Carolina. We talked to Pioneers. They want to see if there's more money on Duke. Maybe it had a deleted tweet or something. I thought somebody put a message in here. Anyway, Southeast Louisiana, yes, I think that's where I went because I mentioned them in the show here for an innie. NC State against Duke. Not worth it. I mean, again, I'm not just going to bet a game because it's on TV. Like, oh, I got to take Duke because they're the number one team, and or I got to take North Carolina because they're a dog. Would I lean North Carolina State because Duke has North Carolina next? Yeah, that's a fine way to look at things. But you know what? I thought after they beat Michigan that they'd kind of cruise against Notre Dame, and they crushed Notre Dame by 50. And really, it was 50 miles over an 80. It's a pass for me. NC State lost it. Well, listen, you know NC State's going to show up. Well, see, that was a spot. You know, you probably should have played Notre Dame, right? I had them the game before that, and you get such a bad taste in your mouth when a team gets crushed like that, where it's like, oh, these guys. And then NC State has these guys on deck. It's a perfect scenario to grab the Irish. Charleston won, yep. New Orleans, Evan. I lean Southeast Louisiana in the points. I will lean with the points at Southeast Louisiana. Lamar has to beat Houston Christian. Small favorite. What is it? It's basically a pick 'em, right? 1.5 here. I mean, I don't think it's they have to. Should they? I mean, let me pull up their conference. See where we are standing-wise here. Because nobody has to. That doesn't mean just because they need a win or should win. Lamar 7-14 in conference. Houston 7-14, the same for 5-9 on the road. Let's see. Lamar won 64-56 on January the 12th. They've won 4 straight in this series. They've lost 6 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse me. They've lost 7 in a row. You want to bet on a team that's lost 7 in a row? What is this, Lamar? Because they're due to win? They're due. You're hoping they win. Hope in one hand, poop in the other. See which one fills up first, my friend. No, I'm not. I mean, I can't bet on a team that's lost 7 in a row. That ain't happening. Niners in the house. Justin likes Weber. Getting points from Portland. Oh. Let's see here. Let's head out to the Big Sky. Big Sky action. We got Portland State, top dogs, 12-5 in conference play. Weber 10-7, not bad. Portland with an OT win, 95-90, January the 1st. They've split out their last 5. Weber comes in 5-5. Their last 5, 6-4 for Portland State. They've dropped 2 in a row, Montana and E-Dubs. You know what? You're giving me some points here. I have this at 4.5. It's right where it should be. You want to take Weber here. I like it, but I'm not betting it. 27-16. No, you're not 27-16. You are. Oh, yes. You're 26-18 on your locks, but here's the problem. I don't know if you watched the show when we went over it. You're 26-18, but you're up $30 based on a $100 play. because you lost a minus $600 favorite and a minus $200 favorite. So you went 11-4 on Friday, 11-4 on Friday, but two of your losses, one was for 600. Or was that Saturday? Iowa State, you lose that game. Oh, that was Saturday because today's Sunday night. Yeah, so you lost a minus 600 money line and a minus $200 money line. The record's nice, but the money's at $80. Iowa State money line, not really for it. I think Iowa State at home is a different team on the road. Arizona doesn't seem right lately. You must have missed their last game where they beat Kansas by 20, Baylor by 7, beat Houston, BYU. They lost to 3 to Texas Tech. A 23-point win's not good. If 23-point win over Kansas isn't good, Bill, I don't know what bad is. If that's bad, I'd hate to see when Arizona's good. And Iowa State, I'll tell you, listen, I had Iowa State. I was not expecting Tech to come out with another big performance without their guy. But man, oh man, they blitzed them right from the get-go. Now, do you bounce back from that? Last time they lost, they came back with a win. They lost to Texas Tech. They came back, beat Kansas, lost to BYU by 10 on the road, came back, beat Utah. Now you got a good team here, though. Now you got a really good team. That's why the line is what it is. 7.5. I'm not taking my money line, not on the road. No way. Maybe you want to twist my arm and say take the points. I'd be a little more inclined to that than money line. Definitely not a money line play. Bubba let me down, but still had a good day. Hockey, 3-0 in hockey. There you go. Cold cash on the ice. Get it. The word at plus 8.5. Stephen F. Austin has been iffy. This is another one this is a team. Stephen F. Austin is not a bad crew. Again, they're a one and done conference, right? Only guys, you got to win it, and that's that to get in. But they are at the top of the food chain here in the Southland. It's a good number. Let's see. The word is 7-14, 9-5 at home. Stephen F. Austin's lost 3 road games this year. 56-46. January 12th win for Stephen F. Austin. They lost to New Orleans, tough loss. But, look at that's it. Where else are their losses? McNeese on the road, and McNeese, again, is 18-3 in conference, and Stephen F. Austin is 19-2. They lost to Fresno by 2 on the road and Arlington by 5. They were a dog in both games. And in conference play, Stephen F. Austin, the word 3-7 last 10. Lost at home as a favorite. Lost at home as a 1-point dog. 2-point dog. I don't know if I want to get on the word. Iffy. How is a team that is 26-4 iffy? They just won by 20 against a team with identical record as the team they're playing right now. Identical everywhere. Road wins, losses, home wins. Nathan. Teaser in. Good to see you, Nathan. Nathan's still in Vegas. I'll be out there in a couple weeks, Nathan. Can he win straight up? No. No, Stephen F. Austin was just picked off. They just got picked off by New Orleans. They're not getting picked off again. Wildcats, 85-76, Arizona for the win, says Nathan. Are the dogs barking tomorrow? They better be. Arizona Holmes, I mean, you just won by 20 over Kansas. Iowa comes in licking their wounds. Iowa State comes in licking their wounds. There's my guy, Duck. I mean, really, right, Duck? You got a team that 2 games ago got picked off at home for whatever reason. Now they're going to play the Word. The Word lost 5 at home. I mean, I was just talking about just home losses as favorites. Again, not crazy spreads. It wasn't like they were, 1.5, 2.5 dog loser, 1.5, 2.5. You're still not winning. 1.5. That's the kind of games they played. McNeese, the other team. Again, Stephen F. Austin, 19-2. McNeese, 18-3. You go to the Word playing these guys before. 56-46 against Stephen F. Austin. That's, is it the last home game, Duck, right? Is everybody going to be pumped up? They lost to McNeese by 17. And how about their other game against McNeese? They lost that one by 4 at home. So you know what? Competitive at home there to start the year. Northern Arizona, Southeast Louisiana by 9. Houston Baptist by 13. I mean, they got a couple wins, but of late, I mean, they hit a stretch. Dude, I mean, they lost to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They lost 8 and 9 at one stretch before just beating East Texas and then Lamar. And East Texas is, again, second to last place. I don't know. I'm not buying. I'm not buying the Word. Jake loved my NBA rant last night. Thank you very much. Houston. That could be it. Definitely confusing the 2, Houston, Arizona. Houston team for sure. Sorry that your mom is not doing well. Hope mom's all right. Never good. Especially when that happens, you get a little sidetracked. No. 100% correct on Houston. Houston has struggled lately. Houston is, they've hit a little bit of a slump. Experts saying Miami goes 33-1, they could miss the NCAA tournament. Yes, it's ridiculous. How the hell are they going to miss it? Oh, they didn't play anybody. Bro, I mean, they went if they go undefeated regular season, I don't care what freaking conference they're in. I don't care. You had to be. If it's that easy in these conferences, why hasn't it been done before? Why hasn't it been done? Nobody's going to defeat in the conference play. How long has that been? Why? So we get Auburn. Hey, let's get Auburn in there. Let's get Cincinnati. They're in 10th place, but you know what? It's the Big 12. It's a tough conference. Look at Iowa State, Kansas, Houston, Arizona. They lost to good teams. Auburn lost to 30 by somebody. Go to my X. I put this up on my X. Somebody had. I tweeted it out. I think it was fabulous. At Mr. Sean Higgs on the X if you're there. Strength of schedule stuff's ridiculous. 14-loss Auburn is seen as some sort of bubble team because their non-conference schedule contained a loss to Michigan by 30, lost to Arizona by 29, and lost to Purdue by 28. Getting destroyed by good teams is a resume boost. What? This is the same kind of crap, Dylan, like the college football playoffs. Well, I know it's an SEC team's 9-4, but who'd they lose to? They lost to 2. You lost. Give me anybody. I mean, I don't care that you don't like a group of 5 team in the playoffs. Did you see the scores of the playoff games when Alabama was getting struck by 20 points in the playoffs? Should they not get in the playoffs? An SEC team loses by 20. Should they not be in the playoffs? It's ridiculous. if you're a team, even some crap team that wins 28, 29, 30 games in a regular season, that should be an auto. You should be automatically in. And honestly, if somehow you get picked off in your tournament, I mean that's pretty unlucky. If you go undefeated, if you're 29-1 and losing your championship game, and you're 33-2 and you're not in the NCAA tournament, that's a crock of crap. For what? People would rather see that team than Syracuse or Ohio State or some other 19-15 freaking power school BS crap. The hell out of here. JJ, last question. Appreciate your work. Thank you very much. Montana State and Montana in a teaser. Montana Mondays. You know what? You got Montana. Montana State's a favorite over Northern Arizona. Montana is a dog. Oh, boy. You want to tease that puppy down? I mean, I'm more of a tease up the home dog kind of guy. You know, I'd rather be on the dog plus double digits than a road fave. But road team had to pick them. Northern Arizona. I've had Northern Arizona a couple times on the road. You know, mixed results. And I've had mixed results the last 2 weeks. I don't think people coming in here and claiming I'm not the best. I lose games. I'm 500 the last 2 weeks. I'm not doing well. Literally 500. Northern Arizona, 4-13, last place in the Big Sky. How about I'm not doing good? I'm taking teams that are 1-13 on the road as underdogs. Oh, Montana State, the 2 seed, 11-6. Montana's 10-7. I mean, I get it. You know, you want to have a little fun there. All right. You know, you want to do tease up Montana. I think it's worth it because I think they're kind of equal teams, so you get a little extra value there. I don't hate that one. I like Montana as a dog more than I like tease up Montana State down, though. Match of the year, Kelly. We're doing baseball now? Steven Foster is absolutely locked in here defensively. Might look under. Yeah. I mean, the first game was 56-46 stuck. What the hell is that about? I mean, that's crazy. 56-46. Total is 145 this game. So I could how about the first time they played it was 139.5. And there's 112 points scored. I mean, here's the thing. The Word has trouble scoring. Yeah, you know what? An under. As long as Stephen F. Austin doesn't score 80, we should be probably safe here. Good day, I say 8-3. Mary's on the money line. Excellent play there. I like Mary's. I say we had it here as a free pick. On a tease, I did become a hedge. Iowa State plus 12. You know, it looks like it's a winner. I'm getting a good team off a horrible loss. Double digits. You think you're alive. I'm sure the Kansas people felt the same thing. Again, I like it more so that we're off of a bad game in Iowa State and we've seen them win before. And on the fact that Arizona's in like a little gauntlet of games too. They've had a steady flow of tough games. So I think it's worth it with Iowa State there. Again, am I going to play them? Probably not. But and we'll see how it goes. Warriors stink. Arizona minus 2.5. If he's down Arizona, Nathan teasing Arizona down. Billy, you're welcome. Maybe they have 33 wins. They have 3 wins versus Division II schools. Fake schedule. Doesn't make it fake. A fake. Does it make it? Is it the same when Alabama or somebody plays some joke school in football a week before their rivalry game and put some cupcake on their schedule? Do we really have to go through? I mean, Justin, you've been following me for 2 years on the other channel as well. I talk about these programs, these small schools, and literally call them the uglies here, because they go and take paychecks from these teams. I mean, how do you want to say a team like Auburn, who is 15-14, deserves a spot over a team that is going to have 30 wins? These guys were a 25-point favorite over Bethune-Cookman. Went to overtime. Come on. You lose games by 30 points, and that's good? That's worthy of being in the I know they got some bad losses. They lost by 30. Come on. SEC, like their schedule, like they're going to go and schedule a good team to come and play them. No, you're wrong. I don't care who they played. You play who you play, and then you got wins. I mean, Tennessee goes and plays a bunch of mid-majors. I mean, they're a 40-point favorite over teams. What's the difference when a team like Tennessee schedules a team and they're favored by 28.5, 27.5, 40.5, 26.5, 31.5, 15.5? That's Rutgers on the neutral. Their first 4 games, their average spread was 30 points a game. Is that any difference than the MAAC getting a D2 school to come play? What is the difference when you're favored by 40? They're favored by 40 over a team. 44.5 they're favored over South Carolina State. Gardner-Webb, 42.5. But this is a team that people think is the second best team in the SEC. In Tennessee is like, they're a pretty good team. They beat South Carolina State 105-54 and covering 44.5. 44.5 points. Can't schedule anybody better? You're a 44.5 point favorite. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 games of 30 or more points. And throwing at 25 or more, now we're at what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A quarter of their schedule, 25-point favorites. Talk about cupcakes. Man, that's extra whipped icing on top of that cupcake. Bill says he's been back in Miami most of the year. They cover. They've been covering. And you know what? As rated as they are low in Bartovic and Kempom and these things, the books lay these numbers out and they still crush numbers. They have zero. The books give them zero respect and they still cover. The books say they're not a good team. Maybe everybody else is wrong because they've covered. Names like Kansas and the points, they got thumped by Arizona. Yeah, they did. Maybe we could probably get shellacked the first round depending on the opponent. Okay, maybe. Get them there first. And let's be honest. They're going to get there. You know who they're going to play in the first round? Utah State. You know? I mean, they'll get some other mid-major. They'll get Belmont, St. Louis. That's who they're going to get. That's who they'll get. Another mid-major because we can't have them knocking off a real school. You knock off an SEC or Big 12, do you think they're going to put a crappy SEC team that's 18-14, 20-14, 20-15 against them? Or a team out of the Big 12? The hell out of here. No, they will face another mid-major to knock each other out. Auburn want to be undefeated on Miami's schedule. 15-14 Auburn is in. Miami was left out. Would be an embarrassment. That's where it's at right now. They have to win their tournament to get in. It's trash talk. I mean, or who they beat. I just ran. Tennessee played 7 teams and were 25-point or more favorite. 3 games of 40 or more. How the hell is that any different than who the heck Miami played? There is 0 difference. No one wants to talk about that, though. I can't talk about that stuff. Nope. You can't do that. I mean, their biggest line, 21.5 over Pine Bluff. 17 over Maine, they won. 20 Pine Bluff, 15, they didn't cover there. They won by 5. 7.5. 14.5, they won by 11. They covered 15.5. 16.5, they covered. 10 at Buffalo, they did not cover. 1 in overtime there. I mean, they're 19-7 against the spread. Whether they're overvalued or undervalued, whatever the case may be, they've covered. But Miami has done going undefeated with schedules like 1 and 1,200. Exactly. If it's so easy to do for these MAACs and Sunbelt and Mountain West team and crap, why hasn't it been done before? When's the last time? Nate says Northern Colorado is going to thump Montana. Don't teach college hoops. People love teasers, Duck. Miami has no business being in unless they get the auto bid. How the hell do you say that? If you're going to say that, why I'm going to take wins away when you're a 40-point favorite over a school. How is that? What kind of scheduling is that, Justin? How are you favored by 40? Who'd you play? Played 7 teams that was a 40-point favorite against, 25-point favorite against. 25-point favorites. 7 games. A quarter of the schedule against Cream Puffs. It'd be nice to get 7 wins out of the way. Come on. Look at Florida. 43-point favorite, North Florida. 37.5, 35.5, 27.5, 44.5. Teasing college hoops is his forte, Duck. Tomorrow's card stinks. On the big card, I would just buy down points. Oh, my goodness. Do I have a total I like for tomorrow? I could probably – we were talking about the Stephen F. Austin under. I could probably get into that. It was 145.5. It is now – you get 143.5 at FanDuel. There's one. I know I can make a case for maybe an over Sacramento State again. Teasing college basketball seems crazy. Isn't just teasing crazy in general? But people like to do it. We do Teaser Tuesday on Tuesdays for football here. But I think you're a great capper on process of getting my YouTube channel going soon. Let's have you as a guest on. I'll come on, Bill. No problem. I do my best to try to win. I'll come on. I'll tweet you out. I mean, really, by 30. Miami Hunters make tournament committee needs to be overhauled. No, what's going to happen is that they're going to expand it. It's blasphemy. Miami Hunters really fudged against Western Michigan. Nathan, I had here in the show, I said Western Michigan money line. I said screw the points. If the pressure is going to get to Miami, Ohio, or just not even a pressure, you're undefeated. You think you're going to lose a game. They were plus 575. I'm like, let's stake them. Of course, I had 575 and not the 12 points. You know, they might get picked off one of these next two games, and then the undefeated discussion will be gone. And if they lose in the tournament, that's fine. But losing in the championship game of your tournament and going whatever the hell you're going to be, 33-1, and not making tournament is wrong. 2 losses, you could be like, you know what? Sorry, Charlie. That I guess I can live with that one. That makes a little more sense. I'll be on the committee. They ain't ready for me. I appreciate your response. That's what the show is, fella. That's what we do here. That's what we do. SEC is overrated. I mean, look at the SEC's saying that. Listen, I think their football's overrated. Look at this crap. I mean, the whole conference is between 10-6 and 8-8. You got 12. Florida's 14-4. You got a 12-win team, 11, 10, 10, 10, 9, 9, 9, 8, 6, 5, 5, 4, 3, 3. Why is Auburn's 15-14 better than Oklahoma or LSU's 15-14? Because LSU's 3-13 in conference. If you're going to put Auburn in at 15-14 in conference play, then LSU should be in there because you know what? They're losing 2 good teams all ahead of them. Everybody should be in. All right, Ole Miss has a losing record. I guess they can't be in the tournament. It's an absolute joke. You're over 500 in the Big 12. You're in the tournament. You're welcome there, Billy. Teasing swings the edges towards the better away from the house. Enjoying the game and winning is great. The teasers. More questions. It's all right. That's what we're here for. Iowa State team total under, best ASUN defense at home. I don't know. No, I'd say no to that. I mean, you're off such a bad game. You want to get that out of your mouth. You want to come out and play. I know Arizona is good, but I would say no to that. I think that would be – this is more of an over game than an under game, I think. Big 10, Big 12 is a lot better than the SEC. I mean, listen, the Big 10, you're top heavy there. You got Michigan rolling along. Purdue, these guys were number 1 to start the year. 12-6. They've had some bad losses here. Nebraska, nice wins. How good are they? If you're gonna question Miami, Ohio, could we question Nebraska? I mean, I think this is a little more top heavier than the SEC for sure. Florida looks really good. We talked about that on Saturday where we thought, you know what, you give me double digits. Florida's playing really well. Maybe they get picked off, or not even picked off. Maybe just don't cover 10. Yeah. No, they're good. They are good. Mountain West. Go, boy. Is that boys? You want Boise or is that the Wolfpack? You got a little Wolfpack up there for Nevada, right? Is that what that is? Nathan, I'll be in town for the NCAA tournaments, Nathan. So Boise, you need a lot of help. I think the Mountain West is a one bidder this year with Utah State. I don't see them grabbing anybody else. I think it's a one bid Mountain West, which we've seen some multiple bids out here in years past, but I don't think so this year. I mean, I think it's Utah State, and that's it. And Utah State, you better win that because I don't know if you're going to make – I don't think it's strong enough to get 2 in. March Madness Survivor, no. No, I do like some ESPN crap pool. That's about it usually. I don't get into it. Oh, the Lobos. Oh, the Bows. See, I thought it was like boys. I thought you spelled it wrong, and then I saw the wolf. All right, no. So that's the Lobos. All right. So we're a little New Mexico. They got to win. They got to win to get in. Win to get in. All right. Let's I'm going to put these in the comment section. I don't think I did it before. Might as well do it now before we get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. Again, the midday money show is not on Picks and Parlays live during the day. So you got to hit Winners and Whiners or Sean Higgs for that one. We do not do a live show at noon on Picks and Parlays. Not allowed. We got other shows going on there for that. There we go. Picks are in the comments section. iHeartRadio, after the fact, you want to listen to the podcast. Couple uglies for you on Monday. Coppin State 19.5, Southeast Louisiana plus 7.5, East Texas A&M plus 7.5. Again, the uglies have not been pretty. They're 64 and 63. That's why I keep them separate from the in crowd, because these small conferences have not been kind this year or last year. So there you have it. Bill, have a good one. We're out of here. Overtime rules for TGL. Here we go. Here we go, this nonsense. On that note, we're going to bed. Thanks for watching. An hour with me. Good luck. Midday Money tomorrow. See you there. Bye-bye.